Okay, so I'm back, this time with a different helper. I'm Kim and this is
Tegan.
And Tegan at the moment has a broken finger, so she's got it in plaster because it's down in her hand. And she's going to attempt to help me make some candy cane bath salts. So making bath salts is super easy. In today's bath salts we're going to put Epsom salts. So Tegan, I'll get you to put 1 cup of Epsom salts. So we're actually recycling some Ziploc bags because we've made this a few times. So
At a Christmas workshop.
Yeah, so we like to recycle things. I hate throwing out these plastic Ziploc bags, so we've got them to recycle. So in each of these bags so you need 2 Ziploc bags. The reason we do it this way is it just makes it easier to mix the recipe up. So each of these bags gets a cup of magnesium sulfate. So a lot of people use Epsom salts. I tend to just use magnesium sulfate because some Epsom salts contain heavy metals and I prefer not to be putting heavy metals into my bath and soaking around in them. So we might just leave that now. All right, so there was a cup of magnesium sulfate. Now I've got some salt here. This is just bath salt. So we're going to do 1/4 cup of salt in each bag. Sure you can do that? In there. All right, and then 1/4 in the other one. Okay, so basically there's been a cup of magnesium sulfate in each Ziploc bag and 1/4 cup of salt. You can use bicarb soda instead of salt if you want. It just depends. You know, I mix it up a bit and change my bath salt recipe around, but for this recipe we're just choosing to use salt. So in one of these bags, it's going to be our red bag. I'm just going to add some red food colouring. The other day we poured in a little bit too much.
And Mum made a lot. And then we had to pour more Epsom salts in.
Yeah. Okay, so Tegan's just going to mush that around. Now,
with one hand?
Yes, with her good hand. Well, actually it's not because she's left-handed, so she's breaking her left finger, like her finger on the left hand. So depending on what scent you want your bath salts to be. So today I'm doing Stress Away. I love Stress Away, particularly for this time of the year. If you want to make teachers gifts, Stress Away is a beautiful smelling oil. It's a blend of lime, ocotea, what else has it got in it? Let me just tell you. Copaiba, lime, it's got vanilla in it, lavandin oil. Anyway, it smells divine. So that's what we're going to put in. You can also put in peppermint because normally these are candy cane, but for today I'm going to mix it up a little bit and because I've got a couple of other recipes using peppermint, so I thought I'd show you something you can do with the Stress Away. So we're going to do 15 drops of Stress Away. So 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, now as I mentioned, if you didn't watch my previous video on the lemon and poppy seed scrub, essential oils don't come out of that big hole in the middle, they come out of a little hole around the outside. So the best way to actually drip essential oils into something is on a 45-degree angle, so you're not blocking off that big air hole there in the middle. So then we're going to mix this one up as well. So we've got a reddy pinky colour one. Now you can make that more red if you like. I don't really like to put too much red food colouring in.
But
it does make your bath very red. Now today we're just using food colouring. I like to use micas because they're natural and you know, they come from clays and things like that. You can't get the same red colour by using micas, but you know, it'll look a lot better. Okay, so
can we use a spoon?
Sure. Would you like to go and get a spoon? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 layer of red.
I'll do the red and the white. And I'll just wait for the spoon.
Okay. So basically I've just chosen a jar from the cheap shop. It's like one of those lolly jars with this kind of lid. Something so that you can see. Now I mentioned in my other video that most of the time I like to use amber coloured jars because there's no preservatives in this. So if it smells off, it is off. However, in this particular recipe, you won't see the candy cane stripes if you use a a brown jar. Can Mummy do it a little bit faster?
But then I won't get to do it. I'll do it like
Okay.
fast.
Oh, Caitlin's just gone and got me the micas. These are the micas that we normally use. You can see that there is a red in the mica. And it's good for colour, like doing lip balms and things like that and getting some good colour out of it. But it's a bit harder when you're doing bath salts and that kind of stuff. All right, we'll just do a layer of white. Oopsie.
Mommy!
Okay, some red.
And you can, if you're like doing like Christmas theme, you can do red and green.
You could do some green. All right, so this is a really, really simple gift that kids can make. I'm not very OCD, so my layers are never perfect. But if you're one of those people, you could measure it. All right, another layer of red. And then you can do some nice labels. As I said before, I do labels on the like Avery labels. I also have a Cricut, so I've cut out labels before to put on jars and things like that. Shall we just fill it up with red, or should we try and get one more white one in there?
One more white.
Okay, we'll just press it down. Can I just spray that? Alright.
And then you put the lid on, and then you wait if someone's going to have a bath, and you can put it in.
And how much do you reckon we put in?
Only a little bit.
1/4 cup to 1/2 cup?
Yeah. I think we need
There we go. Do you want to show everyone?
candy cane bath salts.
There's our candy cane bath salts. So hopefully you'll give that a go. As I say, you can mix and match the essential oils. You can put bicarb in instead of salt. I like the Epsom salts or the magnesium sulfate in mine. But even if you didn't like the candy cane theme, you could make some coloured bath salts, pop them in a jar and pop a label on it. It's that simple. So say bye. Are you saying bye?
Bye.
Thanks.